I've never pressed the record button so aggressively before.
I'm
but
gonna
there
press
it is.
mine very lightly and relaxed.
I need it, Aaron. You're gonna have to buy me a new mouse. I broke my mouse. I hit it so hard on the record button. Yeah.
But Aaron, before we get into that, holy shit, that was fantastic. Well done. And when I get all mad at you in this Song of Rest, no, it's because I love you and I want to give you a hug because it was pretty badass.
I appreciate the preface.
We're gonna keep this in. This is staying.
Mm-hmm.
People need to know that we love you.
Yeah.
Now ready for a verbal can of whoop ass.
Welcome travelers from the winding trails. Grab a spot by the hearth and a pint of ale. A brief respite from our noble quest. Lean back in a chair for the Song of Rest. Hello travelers and welcome to the Song of Rest, a place where our heroes and the deities that guide them gather to share a behind-the-scenes and behind-the-screens look at the unfolding adventures in Archipeldia. Gathered before us is our dungeon master, Aaron Rollins, and his band of players, Janelle Wilke, Chad Stafford, and Ben Holland. But I'll let them do the talking, and I'll get back to playing.
Aaron!
Ow!
Aaron, what did you do? Aaron, what did you do? Aaron.
I'm sorry.
Aaron?
No, I'm not.
Welcome to the Song of Rest. There was a song, Timothy sang it. Aaron, no one is happy with you
No.
right now.
We're doing a custom intro to the Song of Rest where Timothy's singing it very angrily. I think that needs to happen.
Aaron,
Welcome to the Song of Rest.
I mean, that's kind of how you have to sing the other song. Was it the Plain Flow Connection or
Angry
Yeah, the Plain
Kermit?
Flow-
Like, that sounds fun.
if you guys didn't notice in Discord, I already messaged Rory and said we're doing a heavy metal version
Yes.
of Plain Flow
Yes.
Connection together, and that is something I am going to do. But yeah, I'm introing the Song of Rest here. So hi everybody, we just went through an episode and we're all mad at Aaron. And welcome to the Aaron anger session. Aaron, if you could tell us, what the heck were you thinking?
Yeah. So basically during this episode, because, the magic of editing, when we cut to Flower Kraut in her scenario, I had Chad and Ben move to a different Discord channel. So they weren't actually present to hear what was going on. Same thing when...
And I wasn't present for their first session either.
We still don't know what happened.
Right. And vice versa, Janelle left when we were initially with Thrig and Timothy in the barrier. So we'll go from
Janelle,
there.
you didn't miss much because it was just two idiots trying to figure out a puzzle while the NPCs just kept nudging us in the right direction. Apparently,
And
some
Thrig was
shit
there.
went down in your neck of the woods. So I would like to know, what the frick, dude?
I'm going to stop real quick, though, and say, even though I'm coming at Aaron very aggressively, Aaron, I said this at the end of the session, if there's a D&D Emmy, you just won it. Because holy shit, that was cool.
I appreciate that.
So I think what's fair here is to start by telling Janelle what happened during our cutaway. Because it happened first, and then she can tell us what happened during hers. You agree, Chad?
Sure, that's fine.
You guys like gritted
Cool.
teeth.
So what happened is Thrig hurt himself a whole lot of times.
Oh boy.
That's what happened. So we discovered that we were captured in a... Would dome be the right word, Aaron? Like the way you describe it? Yeah, dome.
Yep.
Of mirrors. And Thrig was so excited. Ben was so excited because I pulled out of my bag a portable battering ram that I have been carrying this entire time that haven't got a chance to use. And I tried to batter ram the wall down. And I just hurt everybody, is what I did. Is I slammed it into us, did 22 damage to the barrier, and then we just split it all among ourselves. And we shared all that damage. And then Timothy tried to shatter it, which worked a lot better than we thought.
Well, actually, first thing he did was try to summon the animal spirits.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
That was the first, which ended up being the actual solution. Just the a different way. So we came up with the solution very early on and then fumbled for about 45 minutes to come up with a different solution.
Yep.
I'm mad.
I'm mad about that, actually.
Yeah, because Timothy discovered that nothing seemed to be able to get in to, because he couldn't draw the spirits into the dome.
But Thrigg threw a rock at Mirror Thrigg because we were seeing a mirror image of everybody that was in there. And I threw a rock at myself and a rock landed at my feet. So we were just like, oh, okay. So anything that we try to send out comes back in. So we tried to send sound out. We tried to send a message out.
Well, tell Janelle what happened with the battering ram.
So yeah, like I was saying, we got the battering ram with me, Remington, Chad, and Tuffet. We convinced Tuffet to join in and slammed it into the wall. And on the dice that Chad bought me, that are arcade dice, I rolled a Pac-Man, which is a 20.
Oh,
So I nat
nice.
20'd. I got advantage. I rolled a nat 20 and then like a 5 or something terrible. So I did 22 damage and we had to split it. So we split it between the people on the outside of the wall of the mirror and us. So I hurt everybody. So do that math of how much damage I just did to my friends. 11 times 4. Great job, Thrigg. And that went nowhere. And then we continued to devolve into further idiocy from there and not find any solutions whatsoever. Until Aaron finally said, all right, I'm done with this. I'm going to go talk to Janelle now.
Well, so what I was looking for in your scenario, first scenario, was the realization of what was trapping you. And you guys had focus fired a pane of mirror at the trunk of the tree and shattered it. You saw the tree. That was essentially the goal for your scenario, to be like, oh shit, that's what this is. That's what's keeping us imprisoned. Then we cut to Flower Kraut. So I guess, Janelle, if you want to share what happened with yours.
Yeah, but first off, does Thrigg get his 2 hit points back?
He does.
And Timothy?
Everyone does.
Wow.
Down with the tree. Down with the batriarchy.
Batriarchy.
It's kind of impressive that there's just like a little hint of that wouldn't have happened if you hadn't talked to Baba Yaga about your boo-boo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you're just like, hey, I have an ouchie. Like, can you help me? And it's like, well, if you kill the tree, and you're like, oh, no, I'm not going to do that. And then the episode ends with you guys killing the tree.
Super foreshadowing.
Yeah.
It was pretty sweet.
And I didn't see that coming at all. And also I didn't see me screaming about Flower Kraut being my sister like 3 times because I was so mad. Yeah, that was fun.
I loved that. Oh, that was very touching. Every time Thrigg said that, I like felt it, and I my mouth wobbled, and I don't know. It was just very sweet. But yeah, so you guys were off doing your sesh. It took like about, I don't know, 25 minutes. So I just was like reading fan fiction while you guys were playing.
I did text you halfway through so you didn't feel like completely lonely.
I appreciate you. You're like, Thrigg is what'd you say? Like Thrigg is in a lot of pain, or like
Yeah, I said, don't worry, Thrigg hurt himself. It's fine.
Yeah, don't worry, Thrigg hurt himself. But yeah, so going into this, I had no idea what was about to happen. Again, listeners, this would be the first time that Chad and Ben are hearing about this. And Aaron, you can kind of help me explain a bit of this too. Basically, Baba Yaga realized as we were trying to like get the locust to like eat up the evil like black mist surrounding the tree, she realized it was the mother of the hags. And
so no big deal.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah. Yeah, okay. So you weren't doing anything important.
Super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
I have to say, like, this is something that is probably one of my favorite things about this podcast, is that the juxtaposition between just like, I don't know, whether it's emotions. Like last episode, we go from talking about loose logs to having funeral and crying about Tuffet. Like it was, and you have these like very lovely, sweet moments intermixed with like just silly, stupid shit. And it's like, then you have this hilarious, like, I don't know, battering ram situation in the Smoltron chimera of like animals thing. But then you have this very serious thing that you guys didn't get to see. So once Baba Yaga realized that it was the mother, 2 of the hags came out and trapped Baba Yaga, basically kind of like in a hold person spell using the motes of Miriam. And Abayesa, which was the frost hag, came out and was going to change the spell so that she could recapture the mother. And I'll let Aaron explain this because he'll do a little bit of a better job explaining the mechanics of what was going on, why it was affecting the Eladrin, why Mother was doing what she was doing in the first place.
So Abiesa explained to Flowerkraut. So she floats out on her staff and she's laughing. And she's also licking blood off of her hand because she just got done making a blood promise. And she kicks over the cauldron after, Baba Yaga is being suspended in the air in a hold person spell. And she empties the entire contents. She then writes it as she's, going on her little evil monologue with Flowerkraut about how Mother is fragmented but still powerful and uncontrollable, and they unleashed her upon the Eladrin, but they couldn't do anything with her. So they had to do some work in Archipelagia so that she produces a jar of the soul orbs that Flowerkraut had seen Salix collecting from the dead. And she starts pouring it into the cauldron along with a vial of purple liquid. And she's going back and forth with Flowerkraut over like, what is the end game here? What do you want out of this? Like Abiesa is talking to Flowerkraut and not afraid at all that Flowerkraut can do anything in this situation.
What's the mother's name then?
They've never said her name. They just call her Mother.
They've never said it?
Yep.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, and so essentially it comes down to where Abiesa is saying, you now have a choice. It's either you or Baba Yaga, or, you can step aside, let this happen. We will take Mother away. We will save the Eladrin from her. But as long as you don't intervene with this, we'll let you and your friends live. And she pointed back to where you guys were, and Flowerkraut kind of had to squint her eyes because she yelled for you guys right away when the hag showed up, but you guys couldn't hear her. And when she turned around and she saw no one there. There were like the tree was essentially reflecting just the area around it, and she couldn't see it.
Yeah, I rolled a nat 1 on my perception check. So
nice.
Yeah, I also attempted to shocking grasp the vial out of Abiesa's hand too, and that failed. And so it's like Flowerkraut's standing there, like, does she let this happen and let herself and the rest of the gang live to fight another day and we lose Baba Yaga? And I thought that Flowerkraut would do. She doesn't know if these hags can be true to their word that they would let her go after this. So she doesn't even see you guys, so she's not sure where you all are, and so she's like, I'm alone, and it's like the only thing I can do is try and get Baba Yaga back on my side. So she pulls out Sherman's sword and is able to get the chains to wrap around Salix.
It's badass, by the way.
It was amazing. And you can tell because of the swirling of the gem that it was Sherman that was activated. She calls for Sherman to help her.
No.
Hell yeah.
And gold chains burst out and hold down Salix. And then basically Baba Yaga rolled a nat 20 to break out of the hold person. A fight breaks out. I keep forgetting her name, the beefy one.
Bellaris.
Bellaris. Bellaris is about to lunge forward and pound Flowerkraut into the ground, and she casts Charm Person, and it works on her. So she's got one hag chained, the other one charmed,
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
and Baba Yaga is fighting Abiesa.
So we punched a mirror a couple of times, and then punched a tree.
I threw some rocks.
We sang really hard.
Right before this fight erupted, Abiesa had basically activated the spell that she was concocting in the cauldron, which erupted in a purple smoke. And that's what you guys had saw when you came out.
Oh, okay.
Now, Flowerkraut like ran in to help Baba Yaga because she could hear Baba Yaga and Abiesa fighting on the other side of the smoke. Like she couldn't see it, but she could hear all of the shit happening. And she ran in there. She like nullified both of the other hags, but the purple smoke like seeped into Flowerkraut.
I rolled a 2 on a Constitution saving throw and blacked out. And that's when you guys came back in.
This was very much another moment, just like the Sands of Separation, that I did not foresee coming. Nowhere in my notes does any of this shit exist.
I mean, I was not sure what happened after Flowerkraut blacked out, but when you guys came out, basically you got to see the scene of the result of that fight, which I was actually kind of thrilled to hear that like Baba Yaga was able to hold her own against Abiesa. So now you're dealing with like both of them are unconscious, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
But now apparently Flowerkraut and Sherman are in possession of the 2 other hags. So that's not good.
So as Flowerkraut had passed through the purple fog, purple smoke, and then rolled that 2 on Constitution, it seeped into her, and Abiesa's spell took hold, and
Oh fuck.
all of the corruption, the wisps, the darkness that was surrounding the summer court funneled into Flowerkraut.
Oh fuck.
Oh.
Whoa.
And she blacked out. She dropped to her knee. She blacked out, hit the ground.
That's barely an inconvenience.
That's super easy.
Oh no. Oh god. I think I was so overwhelmed. I just did not remember the implications of that moment. I know in the moment when you were saying it, I'm like, oh God, Mother is going inside of Flowerkraut.
Yeah.
Mother is going inside of Flowerkraut. God.
But yeah, I kind of blanked on that because I was still just like so shell-shocked about that, because it's like, I was actually astounded that Flowerkraut was able to make the chains work and able to charm Bellaris. It was like there were such low rolls and such high rolls, and then to like fail that Constitution saving throw was like, oh my God.
It was a roller coaster for sure, because it was such a cool moment as Flowerkraut's like, no, we're not going down. But yeah, you guys wake up after tearing down the mirror tree and breaking the barrier, ending that all of those blood promises, and you see Bellaris and Salix plane shift out with the sword and with Flowerkraut.
Oh, and I forgot to mention that that I got to see Minerva kind of glancing back at me.
Oh. How did she look? Like did you get any like she looked pensive or neutral?
I shouted out to her, but yeah, she was neutral. She was, and then I had to do an insight check, and that was when I realized that, oh, Abiesa had just used her to make a blood promise. Like, Minerva is truly neutral and does not have like a side in this.
Oh, we have beef.
Yeah, Aaron, you can say I'm not going to tell you right now, but if you wanted to, that's fine. Whose voice did I hear in my head?
Abiesa's.
Because I know Thrig wouldn't know
Right.
whose voice it was for sure. So I heard her make her blood promise.
Exactly. I thought it was really a clever thing you had done by slapping your blood against the tree. And I thought that, so that kind of gave you that insight into it.
Because I was yelling for Minerva's help is really what I was doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is really what I was thinking. But now if Thrigg met her, I think he'd rip her in half. Like, to be real, like he would. Because Flowercrout is now hurt because of her, and Thrigg isn't going to stand for that shit.
Dude, Timothy's about to get unhinged on this fucking hag. Like, he is not okay.
Yeah. Thrigg may unlock a new ability called Endless Rage.
Ooh, I love it.
Where it just doesn't ever stop, and he just keeps growing.
The Rage Inferno.
Thrigg's going to do the Hulk smash to Loki. Like, that's what's about to happen.
Like, can we record next week? That's where I'm at as a person right now.
Mad.
Yeah. So just to take a moment, I said this during the episode. I've never felt anxious during a D&D session before, and this was a first. So thank you so much for the effort that you put in. This was really cool, and the way that you set it up and the way you set us up to not be in chat together.
Yeah.
Right? Like, not to be in the same room. That was really fun.
We didn't have to have a performance. We genuinely, as players and characters, were like walking in on a horrific scene.
Feeling it. This was so terrifying.
To turn this into an episode into On Tap for a moment, when did you decide that this was what you were going to do? Was this like in the last couple days? Have you had this planned for a bit? This is neat. This is really neat.
This whole episode, this whole scenario, I've planned this since I started writing the third season, kind of as how things start to wrap up, but leaving it open-ended because, again, Janelle, what you ended up doing at the end took me completely by surprise. So I have a list of things that I thought could possibly happen, but that was not one of them.
Hey, back at you.
Yeah,
I
right.
had no idea what. Oh.
But I wanted to make sure that the whole like having you guys leave Discord, that was kind of a thing that I came up with probably a week ago, just because I realized that if you guys heard what was happening to Flowercrout,
oh my God, the tone would be so different.
Exactly. Like your minds would not be on solving the puzzle. You'd be trying to you'd be basically killing yourself, smashing against, mirrors that are doing damage to you essentially. And you learn that with the battering ram, you guys learned that you're going to take damage if you try to force your way out of this thing. But the synchronized attacks was a really cool idea. I think had you guys decided to do that on the exterior of the tree, there might have been a chance for Timothy to get out of the barrier really fast before the mirrors healed themselves.
That's what I was thinking with doing a Misty Step. That was what I was hoping for.
Yeah. So if we had run to the outside, not to the trunk, and tried to do that same thing again and basically kick Timothy out, could we have had a chance of being successful at that?
For sure.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
We might have had a shot.
Well, yeah, it was more so like being able to break the glass and then get him out.
Yeah.
That would have been, but the glass in the wasn't just, it was the magical glass. Basically, if you attacked the glass, you were going to take half of the damage that you dealt to it because you're sharing it with your reflection, so, but yeah, I as I was thinking, as you guys were testing things out, that would have been a very viable plan. It would have just been a question at that point. What would Timothy do once outside to get everybody else out of the dome?
Well, if he saw the situation with Flowercrout, I don't know if he'd be immediately worried with the dome situation.
Right.
I think I would have loved that idea of oh, Timothy's out. Ben, leave the chat. I have to leave now. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
What a neat idea, man. Good for you.
And I'm terrible at taking compliments, but I sincerely thank you for the kind words. And I'm glad you guys have.
Oh, dude. When you earn them, you earn them. Holy shit. This was such a neat thing. It was such a neat thing to do. Yeah. Am I disappointed in Janelle for not texting me when I was nice enough to text her while we were on? Yeah, a little bit.
Sorry, I was going through some shit then.
Oh my God.
Yeah, sounds like you were going through some shit. That is really cool.
You will hear the pregnant pauses that I had.
I can't wait.
And then I was actually very kind of like surprised that Aaron, you had a pregnant pause when I first decided to use the sword.
Yes.
Oh, it's so cool.
I completely forgot Flowerkraut had the sword for some reason.
I did too. Because I had taken it. I took it away from Remington and I gave it to Flowerkraut and she said, I will hold this for a while.
That's right.
And I forgot about
Dang.
that. And
That's
I
incredible.
had forgotten about that entirely.
To be fair, Janelle forgot about that a bit too until Aaron, you mentioned it very fleetingly. When you
because one of us is smart.
Yeah, Aaron, you mentioned it very briefly when Abiesa was monologuing to Flowerkraut, and that was like, oh, that's right. It's like I'm not alone. I have Sherman.
The whole sword being on Flowerkraut's back kind of makes me think. I'll tell this story kind of aside, but so at Tucson Comic-Con, Laura and I went to a panel, which was the first time I've ever been able to go to anything while we're, boothing there. But it was really fun because one of the guys running the panel was, he was a guy who played in my game at the Iron DM event.
Oh, yeah.
So like he was there with like his troupe of kind of like comedy D&D folks. And they weren't boothing. Well, actually, I think his other folks were boothing, but they were doing a couple panels, and the one we went to in specific was basically Family Feud D&D style, and it was really well put together. By the way, shout out to those guys, to Josh and everybody. But basically, the way they did it was they had a team of 4 people from their troupe, and each of them got to pick one person from the audience. So then you had 8 people in total, and you had 2 teams of 4. So 2 people of the troupe were each on each team, and then the 2 people that they picked. And they did the Family Feuds thing, basically, where they do is ask like a question, but it was D&D style, and you had to like provide the best answer you could. Like one of the questions was, what is something that you don't want to hear a DM say? And so people would be like, I go up there and I'm like, how much HP do you have? And they're like, how much HP do you have up on the board? Ding, and that's how they play the game.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. And I was picked. I was up there playing with them. And so one of the questions they asked, and I go up there, was name something that a DM tends to forget about. And I go up there and like an arrogant asshole, I go, man, this is a hard one because I don't forget anything. And everyone's like, oh.
Fact. That's a true story, though.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah. And I think my guess was like the AC of the players, and I didn't even get that one right. So, but
you won, right?
Yeah, our team did win, and it was really cool because at the very end they did a bonus game that was just for our team. They had to pick 2 people from our team. Of course, they just picked the 2 guys that got picked by the comedy troupe. And so it was the thing where they speed ask you questions, and you have to provide the best answer you can for every question. And they time you, and then they have the other guy come into the room and they ask him the same questions. And I believe you have to give a different answer or else you don't get points. And we did a great job of not giving the same answer. And they were questions like, name a very fun spell for a wizard. And I said magic missile. He comes in, he said fireball. The same things like that. Name a snack you would bring to a D&D game. I said pizza. He said chips. So like we did a pretty good job, and we scored enough points, and they gave us some prizes. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. So just a little side story. Yeah.
That sounds great. Also, thank you to everyone who visited the booth at Tucson Comic-Con.
Yeah, we connected with a lot of really cool people.
It was a lot of fun.
That was really fun. Tucson continues to be my favorite con we do by far. I think the people that show up there are the coolest. There is a family. You know who you are, and you are the nicest and coolest family I think that we've ever met. So thank you for everything, and I hope you're enjoying your bike ride right now.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you guys are out on your bike ride right now,
absolutely,
we're thinking about you guys.
We are thinking about you. We're always thinking about you when we do these episodes.
Aww. Aaron, I wanted to ask Aaron a question. What were a couple of the scenarios you thought would happen with Flowerkraut, since her using Sherman's sword was not something you thought she was going to do.
I thought you were going to straight up fight Abiesa. That was one. She was being very threatening, but I thought you were still that was one scenario where you would just essentially fight her and stop her from doing what she's doing. Another scenario that I thought you might have done is saved Baba Yaga by just saying, take me instead. Because the option was there, but I highly did not believe that as Flowerkraut, you were going to step away and say, fine, I will not intervene with you as long as you let us live. Like, I didn't think that was in Flowerkraut, but it was definitely something that could have happened. So, but breaking Baba Yaga free, that is something I did not see you doing.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I love that you let it play out the way you did. Like, I was Abiesa going to always be unconscious by the end of that? Or is that something as a result of what happened?
Absolutely not. She was not going to be fighting Baba Yaga. And guess what? There is no denying that Baba Yaga is more powerful than her.
Oh, fuck. This is so awesome. It felt, because in the moment, it felt like that was a direct result of my actions. And I felt so good about that, even though, you know, what happened. Flowerkraut now has a mother with her. But yeah, I was just like, I love that you let that happen.
I don't like to write this story to where only what I write happens. And I love the fact that you change the narrative. I love that because it's going to force me to drastically change what happens next. You know, it's just like you getting mind controlled and sent to the Gallant Peak. You know,
that I was going to bring that up earlier. Like, this is legitimately part 2 of that vibe.
Yep.
I feel exactly the same way about this as I did when that happened, because the unknown was terrifying. And the idea that Flowerkraut once again is in the hands of the Dark Fae is truly upsetting.
Chad, can I come hang out at your house when you edit this episode? Because I don't know what happened in the whole thing.
Sure,
like,
buddy.
Oh my God.
Let's go.
Like, I can't wait to actually hear this.
Let's go.
In an episode that I was in, and I don't know what happened in the whole episode, right? Like, that is so cool.
I'm looking forward to the edit and not, hearing it 3 times over. It's going to be like new, and that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
No, I wasn't actually joking when I said
I know you're not. We'll hang out. Let's go.
Oh, what's funny is that Laura might hear it before you guys do if she goes in and does the edits.
No,
not today.
Aaron, I was also going to bring this up though, because that's also one of my favorite things about running the same game twice with a different group of people is how vastly different the experience is.
Yes.
Between the two.
Yeah.
Like you guys and I see, so like the first group, was with my wife and a group of friends and then like family members. And then the second group is, 2 of you are on that and your decisions could not be more different.
Yep.
And we recently got up to a point where it is a genuine, like pivotal part of the narrative and how you chose to handle the situation. Particularly our friend Miller, completely. If you could do the exact opposite of what one group was, that was this. And I was like, cool. Where does this lead? I don't know. And that's fascinating.
It's so cool. I'm running a Yawning Portal game that, Chad, you're in, where you made a dragon your best friend. And in the other game that I'm running, the dragon ate them all.
Oh my God.
It's so cool. And it's like, it's so neat, like when that stuff happens. And I love that.
And it's neat to, as a storyteller, to let that stuff happen.
Yes.
Like,
to let that, because we're all storytellers, like all 4 of us, right? So like that I think is really fun. So that leads me into, because now we have different perspectives on everything. Fan art moment? Question mark?
you said you had one right off the bat that you didn't want to forget about.
I do. So I have 2.
You
I
and
have 2 now.
Flowerkraut skipping ahead, all joyful and
Well,
gleeful.
because that's when it was happy. That's when this episode was fun.
We were having a good time at one
We were
point,
young
making
and stupid
yucks.
Yeah, we were morons. I love the idea.
We were different people back then. Now we're changed.
Yes.
Thank you,
We've
Jennifer.
gone through a metamorphosis.
Thanks, Jen. Thanks, Jen. The idea of Flowerkraut and Thrigg skipping along, singing this stupid song that I sang that you all hear, and that somehow Flowerkraut's feet were still touching the ground during this, which is hysterical to me because Thrigg is over 7 feet tall. That one's really good. But then there is that one I really want to see, but I've never, and this is one like Chad or Janelle, I have no artistic like ability when it comes to drawing. If you just draw this for me and only for me, so it can go on my BBR wall in my office, of Thrigg leading the charge.
I knew you were going to say this.
Against the mirror tree with all the animals of the Feywild behind him.
Absolutely.
I picture that. And it is, everything will be compared to this with big charges and like wars going forward. It is the Avengers Endgame moment, right? But there is this visual of gigantic bear Thrigg going to rip apart the tree that he just said that he did not want to hurt, right? Didn't want to do anything against, with whatever other animals like Tuffet and Remington and like they all happen to be like charging behind him.
Tuffet helping, and he's a little pig.
I love Tuffet being a little piggy.
I love it. He's like, I'm helping, guys.
So cute. I'm coming.
For the sole reason, and the whole reason they are doing it, really, when you think about it, is to save Flowerkraut. That is it. That is the singular goal. That image of a piece of art, for me, is so captivating because it really has some meaning. Like, they're not just going to do this thing to get the job done. They are saving someone that they care about. And Timothy and Thrigg have so much at stake in that very moment. They're going against who they are, right? Because that's the tree that Thrigg said, hey, sometimes you give some of yourself to help others. And he hurt himself on that tree for that reason. He convinced Timothy to do the same. And now they're tearing it to the ground because the person that they love is in some sort of danger, and they need to put that tree to the ground to save that person. And that image artistically really sits in my head as something that's kind of important and a big deal to what we've done as a podcast. And I want to see that so badly drawn out. So that's probably the biggest fan art moment that Ben has ever wanted to see.
That's awesome.
In a happy and perfect world, at one point while we were tearing down the tree, we would hear a small fart in the distance and then hear on your left, and then skunk kraut joins us in tearing down the tree, which is what I was hoping was going to happen. That somehow we pulled you in with us.
Oh, that's so sad.
Now there also is the moment of Timothy and Remington sitting on top of the house, and Timothy going like, I don't hear this. I don't hear this.
Did they just say boy?
Did they say boy? Which also sounds cool. But
Thrigg is cheering really loudly, which he doesn't get happy over anything nefarious like murder and bloodshed.
don't forget, Thrigg is chaotic good.
Timothy knows. That was the slow realization.
Yeah. The important word there is chaotic.
All right, Chad, what's your fan art?
I mean, besides the ones that we just brought up, man, there's a lot of really funny bits in this episode. I know we haven't talked about that as much, but the banter between all of us in the hut.
73 maggots.
Yeah, and the making of the potion was so funny to me.
Yes.
Like, there's so many little micro parts of that are like a 3-panel comic in my brain, and it's really, really freaking funny. But no, I mean, one of my fan art moments, even though we weren't there to witness it, is just the idea of I can imagine Flowerkraut holding the sword in front of her and just praying that Sherman's the one that's going to come out, and like closing her eyes and then opening them and having that sense of power and relief that the chains are golden and not like the necrotic dark chains that came out when Sir Leon was the one in control. I think that's pretty stinking cool too.
Yeah, I was going to say that was one of my fan art moments, was just Flowerkraut pleading with Sherman and having the sword extended out and the golden chains coming out. Like, you've got to throw in like Sherman's music or something. That is such a cool moment when you listen to it. It's so good.
Sherman's music and an echoey there.
Which Dustin very kindly recorded for us earlier in the evening, totally unrelated to this moment.
And it's gonna get used again.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. It's so funny that we had a little kind of Sherman moment where you busted out the pamphlet to comfort. Who was being comforted at the time? Was it Remington? Remington was being there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we asked Dustin in Discord to send us a there. And then he winds up being used in this way. Oh my gosh.
A lot of callbacks in this episode.
A lot of unintentional foreshadowing in this episode.
Oh yeah.
Like completely happenstantial foreshadowing, which is really cool.
So yeah, actually, that's a good, Aaron, before I ask you what your fan art moment is, were there a couple moments where you like fist pumped and like, yes, they took the bait?
Yes.
What can you give me like one of those?
You know exactly what I'm about to say, but when Thrigg was like, Baba Yaga
Backed everybody up. Shit.
wants us to stand here, so we're gonna stand here.
I did know.
Yeah, you knew what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I mean, she did for good reason, but it was really also a setup for that trap. It would have been interesting. Like, again, I'm not going to play out everything just the way I wrote it and force things to happen. If you guys had spread out, or you were like, no, Baba Yaga, I'm going to stand up here with my friend Flowerkraut, okay? You're not going to make me stand back there. That would have been really interesting, because the scenarios would have been quite different if, like, say, Timothy or Thrigg were present in Flowerkraut's thing.
Timothy tried.
Yeah.
Timothy wanted to. He's like, wait, why are we standing back? No, I'm not.
I will happily say that Thrigg did not take the bait. Ben did. Ben took that bait, because I was convicted in that moment. Like, this is what we're doing. I'm protecting everyone that's back here. So yeah, you got me. You didn't get Thrigg. You got Ben.
I mean, and our characters, both of our characters really trusted Baba Yaga when she was talking to us. Like,
I trust Mom.
In your moment when she tells you to step back, you're like, okay, I'm going to do what Mom says. And you gave the speech where it's like,
Yep.
Mom saved us in this scenario. She's doing us a favor now. Like, we listen to her.
I was so excited about that little speech too.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I love Thrigg's full commitment to the Mama Yaga bit is really
Me
good.
too.
It's so funny.
Thrigg's got parental issues.
When Flowerkraut was doing the potion with her, like, as soon as she sees Baba Yaga cutting her hand to let out blood because the spell's not working, Flowerkraut does it without question because she fully trusts Baba Yaga. So it's like Thrigg and Flowerkraut were kind of on the same page about this sort of thing. Like, yeah, whatever she says goes. Like, we're going to do this.
And this is really a good thing to talk about, because, yeah, you guys are trusting what Baba Yaga has to say. She's wise. She's been around for a while. And you guys didn't get to, like, Thrigg and Timothy didn't get to experience this part. But Baba Yaga, like, once she realizes that this is the mother that they're dealing with, she looks at Flowerkraut with terror in her face.
Oh.
Like she does. She's like, I'm a fool. I should have seen this. And right after that, she gets hit by the spell. So there's like this moment of, oh, even Baba Yaga is fallible, you know, and can fall for a trap.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, to bounce back to your fan art moment, Aaron.
I think, besides the forest animals rushing the mirror tree, which is honestly, that was something I wanted so bad. If there's something I'm glad happened still, because, like, again, you guys could have pulled off that synchronized attack and got Timothy out of the dome, but doing the critter rush it was a good callback to the Plainflow connection. The fact that the tree exists in two different places and that tearing it down in one place would tear it down in both, and having all of you guys like getting to see the cavalcade in their animal forms, I felt was such a fun thing to do. But besides that, the fan moment for me would be something I didn't expect to see, and that is Flower Crow with those chains coming out of the sword. Just a cool freaking moment.
Flower Crow holding a sword in general, right? Because that's so unusual.
Yeah.
Would look amazing. So with that on top of it, like how cool. I can't wait to be a listener and hear that, which is really fun to say.
Yeah, this session was crazy and so well done. I really enjoyed it.
I have a new addition to that fan art moment. I gotta throw it in.
Ooh.
Hold on.
Do it.
Throw it.
It's so this is like a lenticular where if it was a print, you would like only see it if you're looking at it from a certain angle. And I'm gonna be a real anime fanboy here. And I know y'all don't watch Dragon Ball Z, but there is a moment where Gohan has to take the reins. He has to step up. He's fighting Cell. He's gone Super Saiyan 2, and it's down to the last blast. And he's doing the Kamehameha. And though Goku had passed on earlier in the fight, his visage, his ghostly form is right behind him, also doing the Kamehameha because Gohan's doing it one-handed and Goku's behind him, like ghostly helping him. I see that, but Sherman's behind Flower Crow.
Oh, it's
Like-
yeah.
His ghostly form is his
Love
hands
that.
wrapped
Oh my
around her
God.
hands, holding it forward, saying there. Like, come on, that would be that's some anime
Aaron,
shit.
I love
Aaron,
that.
are you gonna draw that one or am I?
Hey, I'm drawing that one. That's what's on me.
Are you drawing that one? I don't have to do that one. Okay,
Thank
so
you,
you're not me.
Aaron.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
appreciate it.
It's not me. Okay, cool, great.
I can't wait for us to actually drop, because we're gonna do this. But Ben and I decided we're gonna do a couple art pieces and drop them as social posts, and it's gonna be
Yes.
amazing.
100%. We're gonna be so good. We're gonna be so good. And then Janelle and Chad are gonna do some music. I'll lend them some instruments. Just make whatever noise you can.
Well, I've already let you guys DM, and you all blew it fucking away. So yeah.
Oh yeah, Janelle and I got this. We're just gonna make mouth noises.
So I have to say this out loud, so I have to commit to it. The plane flow connection that's going to be on this episode is going to be dope.
Nice.
So
You better have done it
you
right.
hear that, Rory? I need your help, buddy.
It's like Plane Flow Connection, but in Metallica font with a K where the C is supposed to
Oh,
be.
it's going to be so good. It's going to be so good.
Janelle, did you give your fan art?
It is basically the same. The one I was thinking would be her holding the sword with one arm, and you see the chains going off to the edge of the image. And then on the other side, she has a hand holding up like she's about to brace being smacked in the face, but she's charming Bellaris. Or Bellaris, yeah.
Yep. That's hell, heck yeah.
But I do, yeah, it's hard. We definitely need a Flower Crow holding the chain sword. I love your idea, Chad, of the flickers of Sherman helping her hold the sword. I think I could do a GIF of that where it kind of has a flicker effect. That would be cool. Oh, I have a question for you, Aaron. Is this the end of the arc?
Nope. There's one more episode.
Ooh.
One more episode.
One more episode to wrap up season 3.
And then,
Oh boy.
and then.
Where Thrig will tear everything apart until he finds Flower Kraut.
yeah, for sure. There's gonna be a lot of anger in that one.
Yep. If you haven't seen Rage yet,
So let me give a little bit of a peek behind the screen as well on what. Okay, so Janelle, you mentioned how like you thought it was great to see how Baba Yaga had won the fight with Abiesa at the end. Okay, that was not in any way something that I was expecting to happen, but it's like, for one, Baba Yaga is more powerful than Abiesa. It took all of the hags combined power to imprison Baba Yaga. So a one-on-one fight, even with Miriam's heart, she was able to barely win. And that's what I was trying to calculate in my head as everything was happening. I'm just like, oh my God, what do I do with this fight? And I'm like, well, what? Of course, I know what to do. Baba Yaga is going to win. There's no way she loses this fight. Having Baba Yaga alive or not in the control of the hags at the end of this episode was absolutely not in the realm of possibility for me. And here's another thing that would have happened that I think you would have found interesting. because I'm going to tell you this because we'll never see it because of the course of events that have happened. But let's say that the corruption was absorbed into Baba Yaga instead of you. When they try to take Baba Yaga away, it doesn't work because Baba Yaga cannot exist on the material plane.
Ooh.
And they didn't know that. And so they would have tried to plane shift away with her and it wouldn't have worked. And they would have had to take her. They would have had to just literally escape somehow with her and figure out how to get around this issue being stuck in the Feywild with Baba Yaga. But with it being Flowerkraut, they're back in the material plane.
Oh boy.
The writing is having to take a wild turn, and I'm excited about that.
I'm so excited. I'm very pleased. Like, I just love seeing some legit consequences, like oh my gosh, it's just so cool. And also, while you guys were doing your second part of trying to break the barrier, I was just sitting there in kind of like an amused daze, like, because it's like, this is just so funny and silly, and I love it. And it's like, but I'm like, they're gonna see some fucked up shit when they get out of there. I'm like, they're laughing now, but oh no, they're gonna be very upset when they get out. So, and I didn't know what to expect, the outcome of that fight. I wasn't sure how things were going to turn out. I just loved the imagery of Baba Yaga dragging Abayessa and just throwing her face into the ground. Like, that is so cool.
Well, we don't know what's going to happen either. And that's why you should wait and tune in for the next episode.
What an episode it'll be. Guess we should wrap this one up, huh?
Wrap it up in a bow so tight that you'll never be able to open it again.
I am going to wrap it up by saying, Aaron, thank you for continuing to take us through a pretty awesome adventure. So this was amazing. I can't wait to actually hear it as a fan because I haven't heard the whole thing.
Same.
I am anxious, nervous, and excited for episode 34.
And in the great grand words of the kink horse, hurt me, dog.
Bye.
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 Thank you so much for listening to our Song of Rest. If you like the adventures your ears just wit on, feel free to listen in on our other adventures from any plane of existence or seeing stone you get your podcasts. Until we meet again, safe journeys, travelers.